You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got an update on former Lions, former Steelers cornerback, Cameron Sutton. Now, in case you're wondering what kind of a player this guy is, he's been a starter for the last few years. PFF doesn't have him ranked as a very high cornerback, but nonetheless, he does not have an NFL job right now. And some details have emerged, and I find them sort of surprising because he's still on the run. Authorities have not found him. Nobody knows exactly what's going on with him. I'm a little concerned that this is going to end up having a bad ending, but we just don't know as of right now. He's went MIA. And Lions president come out and made some comments, and we have found out that Mike Tomlin has reached out to this guy, being his former coach, and Tomlin, well, he's not saying much right now, which is going to be interesting, and the authorities may find that interesting as well. So, this came out yesterday during the league meetings. Detroit Lions team president, Rod Wood, said Cameron Sutton was in the team facility. All right? He was in the team facility and spoke with team officials on March 21, the day the organization learned about the warrant out for Sutton's arrest on a charge of domestic battery. Quote, "We found him. He was down with our strength staff. He kind of showed up unexpectedly to work out." Wood told the station, "We were able to talk to him, and in person, not me, but others on the staff, and he left the building and we released him the next day. No one has spoken to him since." I mean, that's really interesting. Like, he was there. They encouraged him to turn himself in. He took off and just disappeared. Wood said he was on a call with league officials when he learned about Sutton's warrant and that the team suggested Sutton seek counsel and then turn himself in. Quote, "As soon as the call with league officials wrapped up, we kind of quickly convened to talk about it. We were able to reach Cam and talked about it and suggested he get counsel and do the right thing to turn himself in. After that, we met the rest of the day, and the following morning we decided to release him. An arrest warrant for Sutton, 29, was issued after the cornerback was charged with domestic battery by strangulation. Concerning an incident that allegedly occurred on March 7, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office said, that day, sheriff's deputies responded to a call at 4:52 a.m. Eastern Time at a residence in Lutz, Florida, near Tampa, and found a woman who had allegedly been battered. Sutton was no longer at the scene. The sheriff's office said they made numerous attempts to contact Sutton, calling him and attempting to reach him at his residence, but those attempts were unsuccessful. Police believe he's no longer in possession of his phone and have tried to repeatedly get in touch with him. Sutton has been involved in an ongoing paternity case. Oh boy. Initially filed August 4, 2022, when he was still with the Pittsburgh Steelers, according to Hillsborough, Florida court records. So we go over here and we find out Mike Tomlin has tried to reach this guy. So since the news broke, 29-year-old still has not turned himself in, sparking speculation regarding his whereabouts and hope that he has not harmed himself or others. That's one of my big concerns. Is something more sinister gone down in all this? According to the Steelers, Detroit Free Press, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said he reached out to the ex-Lions and Steelers cornerback Cam Sutton in light of the off-field issues Sutton is dealing with. Asked if he talked to Sutton, Tomlin said, quote, "None of your business." All right, that's a rather interesting way to go. So, drafted in the third round, 2017 NFL draft, He's recorded 9 interceptions in 101 games over his 7-year career. Last season, played in 17 regular season games, 65 combined tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 6 passes defended, and 1 interception. Oh, wow. It's going to be interesting where this heads. And I don't know about you guys. I just kind of have a bad feeling in all this at this point. You know, why can't they get a hold of him? What's going on? They think he's gotten rid of his phone. Did he flee the country? I mean, was it Sergio Brown with the Colts that had something going on? They arrested him as soon as he came back in the country because they had found his mother dead. We don't know that anything near that far has gone on, but what exactly has happened here? It's crazy that the cops can't find this guy. You know, he is an NFL player, and technically speaking, look, if he's a cornerback, he played 17 games. Had he not been in trouble, he would still be a Detroit Lion right now. I assume that maybe they had plans to cut him anyway, but even if they did cut him, he would have found another job, you know, if for nothing else as depth, you know, to somebody's defensive roster. This is really odd. And I wonder, so now that we've been made aware that Mike Tomlin has reached out to him, he didn't want to talk to the press. Understandable. Hey, I get it. All right, Mike Tomlin. I'm sure you're like, none of their business. Exactly like he said. I would assume Mike Tomlin would tell the authorities whatever he knows about the situation involving Cameron Sutton at this point, right? I mean, nobody actually asked a follow-up question, which would have been like, none of your business. Well, have you told authorities that you reached out to him? Because they might want to know, you know. Regardless of whether you want to talk to the media, I assume you will talk to the cops. Question mark, right? I don't know. That's kind of interesting that Mike Tomlin, I'm sure Mike Tomlin's trying to help. I'm sure Mike Tomlin's trying to verify his current state, right? Like, are you physically okay? Are people around you, or are you around anybody physically okay? I think that becomes the question now. There's no telling where he's at. Is he still in Detroit? He found out he had a warrant and jetted out. That's interesting. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.